So something I wanted to start the show with, and I'm going to get into a full update in just a moment, but I wanted to start the show with something I've been thinking a lot about recently. And it's a question I normally ask most of my guests. It's become a staple, especially if they're a Kratom consumer. What does Kratom mean to me, and why does Kratom mean so much to me? And I've been asking most of the guests this question, and it sometimes can be such a deep question. And to me, it's super powerful. So, why did I decide to devote so much time and energy to an industry that is notoriously tumultuous? Running an e commerce store without the ability to accept credit cards, every turn censored, shadow banned, kicked off of social media, throttled by search engines, and all these hurdles. And I've been really thinking about it a lot recently and how the podcast is gaining more traction. And aside of this, I never really pictured taking this business. So it is a world completely new to me, and right now, the answer for me is why it means so important is you, the new listener, or our old time listeners. Love you guys. Thank you so much for coming back. Every new episode, you guys are awesome. I found Kratom, and I guess learning the correct way for me to use medical cannabis and Kratom at a very long road. And if you don't know my story at all, I used to be opiate addict, which led to heroin addict, which led to Suboxone, disgusting medication that was icing my soul that I didn't even know was happening while it was happening on that for over 8 years, to eventually finding Kratom. And it completely changing everything for the better. So I know tough times, and if you listening right now are going through a tough time, just know that there is hope. And I've seen with my own eyes people beat debilitating pain along with addictions from everything to oxy and fentanyl to meth and coke, with the help of things like Kratom, medical cannabis, along with a healthy lifestyle. Getting around the right people, ditching the wrong people, eating the right things, getting enough rest, doing things in their life that used to bring them happiness. Like me, it's now spending time with my family, cooking, going for walks with the family or with the dog, and taking out the dog for a run. Listen to music, especially stuff I grew up with and used to love. I've seen people completely turn their lives around in very short times. Now, granted, these people were ready and they just had enough. And they took a plan. The best outcomes that I've seen are the people who approach it methodically and break their taper down on paper and get a plan together. Write it down. Journal each day. What's working? What's not working? I find myself often thinking about are the people that are no longer here. The people that I once knew that died due to not getting the help that they needed in time, to overdoses and drug-related suicide. And then I think about all the people that are getting well with the help of Kratom, cannabis, and a healthy lifestyle. The current estimated 10 to 15 million U.S. Kratom consumers. And how many of those are using it to create a better life? And then I think about the people I knew. And all the people that are no longer here. Families destroyed. Which seems to be a common occurrence. That somebody was trying to do well, took a break, and wanted to use just one more time. and that was the last they were alive. We know people that go to rehab and are clean for a while, then attempt to use the same amount that they did previously. Their tolerance has gone way down, and they die from an overdose. And I think about, what if they had known and were just able, if they just had the opportunity to try Kratom. So they're no longer here, but we still are. And if you're here today, welcome. Welcome to the community. And just know that you can do it. Because I've done it, and I've personally helped hundreds of people do it. It must be hundreds at this point. And the big thing is, nobody else is going to do it for you. You have to do it. And if you think about it on its face, if there's something that you want to stop, keeping to do it is the most challenging part. I mean, think about how everything you have to do to use drugs. You gotta get the money to get it, go buy it, make sure you don't get arrested, all this stress. And you gotta figure out where to do it and how to do it. Stopping should be the easiest part. You just don't have to do any of that anymore. But I find the biggest focus must be on getting well. Not stopping to do something, but you're focusing on your health and getting well. So that's what I think about.